Yo, what's going on? It's Keith from Black Quarterback Series. We have the AFC edition of the NFC schedule release that I did yesterday. If you didn't see that video, make sure you go ahead and look at that video after this one, because this one is going to be a lot shorter than that one was. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at the end of the description. I'll probably leave it at the bottom and all that great stuff. Like, subscribe, blah blah blah. Let's get it going. So, Baltimore Ravens. I haven't talked about Baltimore. I haven't talked about Baltimore since that play. I don't think I've talked about Baltimore at all. Other than as you see, I'm still upset. Other than the Mark Andrews drop, I haven't talked about them since then. But let's get into it. So I have Baltimore going 12-5, right? And 12-5 is predicated off if they do their damn job and not hardball it up, right? So I got them possibly. I think the first game of the season. Well, it's not the first game of the season. Let me check to see where it is. Week 4. I'm looking over at my laptop. If y'all wondering, so week 4 against Kansas City might be for the 1 or 2 seed. And when I get to my Kansas City one, spoiler, I'm gonna do that one next. That might be for a tiebreaker. That might be for a tiebreaker. So I think that Kansas City week 4 game is very, very important. So also the one against the Bills. I think the opening night against the Bills. I think those are the two most important games of the season because I feel like that's going to determine seeding at the end of the day. So I got the Ravens possibly losing to Kansas City, Bills, Steelers, Bengals, Houston. Houston might as well be in the AFC South or the AFC North as many times as Houston is. We always play in Houston. So I think Houston eventually got to beat us, right? Houston eventually got to beat Baltimore. So got them going 12-5, possibly a 10-7, depending on how those Bills and KC games. But if I had to stamp something, I'm stamping it at 12-5. And we'll talk about the playoffs when we get there. That's a whole different video. So Kansas City. Now Kansas City is in a weird space right now because they got a dynasty, but they've lost 2 Super Bowls to a team that has superior offensive or superior defense. You could say superior offensive talent, superior offense and defensive talent. They just don't have Patrick Mahomes. So, as Kansas City, what do? You beef up the offensive line. You get more talent on the outside. You get younger talent on the outside, and you just rely on your GOAT to take you home. And that's predicated. That's really what this is predicated on. There's no reason for me to even think that Kansas City is going to go 12-5. They don't take the regular season seriously. But I got them going 12-5, just like I said with the Ravens. But this one is a little different. It's predicated off if they lose to the Ravens and if they can take care of some teams that you wouldn't think that they would have trouble beating other than Philadelphia. So I got them possibly losing to the Ravens, but I got them losing to Philadelphia, the Raiders, the Lions, and Denver. So Raiders, division opponent, they might not take them seriously the second game. They could possibly get upset. I think Denver is good. I think Denver is going to be good. I talked ad nauseum about the dumpster fire that it was a few years ago, but I got to do my actual job and call it for what it is. I think Denver's going to be pretty good this year. I didn't do Denver, but I think they're going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of teams, and I think they're going to get 1, possibly 2, against Kansas City. Philadelphia rematch. You ain't got to tell Philadelphia to get up for Kansas City. Like I said, I've already talked about Baltimore and Lions, another team. You ain't got to tell them to get up for Kansas City. I already know. Vegas, division opponent. So I got them going 12-5, 11-6, depending. So this is where it gets a little fun and a little interesting because I was trying to find losses for this team, but then I'm like, do I really need to find losses for them? Because they're not going to go undefeated. But I'm like, they got C.J. Stroud, they got D'Amico Ryan, they're gonna be okay. But a lot of these losses are predicated off the offensive line actually showing up. I have Houston going 10-7. 10-7. They could go more, they could go higher. Just depending on how everything shakes. I got them losing to Baltimore, I got them losing to the 49ers, I got them losing to Denver, got them losing to Kansas City, and I got them losing to the Colts. And I think Tennessee is going to get one off of them, whether it's the first one or the second one. Division. I think Tennessee is going to get a win. If Cam Ward is who we think Cam Ward is, he's going to get one of these. And we'll get to Cam Ward in a minute. We're going to talk about Tennessee. So those are who I think could possibly beat Houston. The Houston gonna be a perennial playoff team as long as CJ and D'Amico there. So I think they'll be fine. They just need to figure out how to get over that hump and just get healthy and stay healthy throughout the real season and protect CJ. If they can protect CJ, they could be up here with the Ravens in Kansas City. So the Browns. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. I don't think Shedeur is going to start at the beginning of the season because they're going to want to quote unquote protect him and make him earn out that bull. Shedeur has to have a lights out practice, lights out training camp, and a lights out preseason for them to start him. But in this word that I'm talking about, he doesn't start. He doesn't start in this scenario. So I think they will be terrible. I think they only win one game. I think they really won't win their first game until maybe the Steelers. Because you're talking about the Bengals, the Ravens, the Packers, the Lions, the Vikings, the Steelers, Dolphins, Patriots, bye week Jets. That Jets game is the most important because you could be looking at an 0-9 start. Because I give you those teams. Do you really think they're gonna beat the Bengals opening night? Do you think they're gonna beat the Ravens? They have a chance to beat the Ravens because division. But and if Harbaugh starts hardballing, but like, do you really think they're gonna beat the Ravens? Don't think they're gonna beat the Packers at all. The Lions, no. Vikings, definitely no. Now the Vikings is a scary one because I think I'm getting the Vikings a lot of respect because I know who the Vikings are and what they can do. But they do have a rookie quarterback who was hurt last year. Like, so who knows if he's going to come out and be the guy we know him to be. But I'm very high on the Vikings. When you got a receiver like they do, number 18, you kind of believe in whoever the quarterback is that they're going to be okay. So don't see Cleveland winning that. The Steelers, that's one open. That's very open. I did not do the Steelers, but I think the Steelers are not going to have a very good year. And I think it might be time for Mike Tomlin to be let go. It might be time. It might be time for Mike Tomlin to step down because I don't think they're going to fire him. But Dolphins, possibly. Patriots, but I know for sure. At this point, if Shedeur's not starting already, after that bye week, it's going to come out on Monday that Shedeur is going to start against the Jets. It's going to come out that he's going to start against the Jets. And after that point, the sky kind of opens up for you because you play the Jets, the Rams, the Raiders, 49ers, Titans, Bears, Bills, Steelers, Bengals again. I have written on my notes that they can go 4-5 in this stretch. That would be great if they went 4-5 down that stretch. You got a chance to beat the Ravens. You definitely got a chance to beat the Raiders. Don't know what the 49ers are going to be, but they signed Brock Purdy to that big deal, so I know they're not going to be very good. So you got a chance to beat everybody on this schedule. Honestly, I think other than the Bills, and I think I had the Bills winning 14 games just based off their division. They played the AFC North. I mean, they played the Jets. I think they played the Jets twice. They play Miami twice, and they play the Patriots twice. Three of those losses are free. 3 of those wins are free. So we don't know with the Bills, but I think they can go 4-5 down the stretch, and Shedeur's looked on really well. So that's all I got for the Browns. Now, so the Titans. We're gonna do the Titans next. If I can get my laptop, there we go. We're gonna do the Titans next. So the Titans thing. I'm looking at all the other rookie quarterbacks that are supposed to make dynamic impacts. Talk about a Cam Newton. You talk about a Jaden Daniels. You talk about a Lamar Jackson. I know Patrick Mahomes wasn't a rookie, but it talks about a Patrick Mahomes. Really, really early success in their careers. Really, really early success in their careers, and they let them teams to respectable heights, or even the playoffs, or in Jaden's case, conference finals appearance. That's the list. I mean, Warren Moon gave you his jersey. Those are the type of lineage that you're living with right now. And so I looked at it. I only see 4 wins right now. Jacksonville, Colts, Saints, Vegas. Those are the 4 wins. I think that's guaranteed. You can book it. He's going to outplay all those quarterbacks, and they're going to win the game. But everything else is up in the air. Like, I mean, geez, you come out the gate and you play Denver. Then you play the Titans. Then you play Patriots. Jags. We can say we worry about the Jacks, but it's not gonna be no easy out, especially for the Titans who are rebuilding. So it just depends thoroughly on how good Cam Ward is. I don't I don't have a read, but if they can't beat the Giants, then we don't have a problem. So um, if I had to pick right now, I'm pick they're gonna win 4 games, but I expect at least 7 if Cam Ward is who we think he's going to be. So, and then we got the Colts. Um, the Colts are weird for me because I'm not like a fan of the Colts, but Anthony Richardson is there, right? So I have to cover it. So I have them going 8-6 or 0-6, and then Anthony Richardson is benched. I don't like to say this about our guys, but I don't believe in him. Like I don't. I don't believe in Richardson. I don't believe in Richardson. He hasn't shown leadership characteristics, and he hasn't shown the ability to like fight, like super duper fight. Like that whole "I was tired" thing really rubbed me the wrong way. So I don't know. I don't want him to be benched. I hope I'm wrong, but I can see them getting off to an 0-6 start. I don't have a beat on. I don't have a beat on what they could do. Their first 6 games are Miami. Let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, so they play Miami, then they play Denver, they play Tennessee, they play the Rams, they play Vegas, and then they play the Cardinals and Chargers. So that's the first 2 months of the season, month and a half of the season. There's a strong possibility you can lose all those games. Strong possibility. Now the Colts are not terrible, but when it's kind of like having Russell Westbrook as a player. Yes, you could he might drop 30, but he also has 6 turnovers and make you lose game 7 like he did for Denver. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I do know they're not going to be they're whatever expectation they got. They're not going to be as good as people think they are. And so one more team, like I said, I don't have the Steelers making the playoffs. I have on my notes that I think the Bills are going to win between 14 and 16 games. You'd be like, Keith, 16 games. Look at their schedule, bro. I don't have their schedule like at hand, but I remember looking at it on NFL Network, and I'm like, man, they schedule is soft. Um, so I don't know. I could see the Bills running away with the AFC and hosting a home playoff game throughout the whole playoffs. That's just how I see it. So let me know what you guys think about this. I do have a Wednesday video in the tuck. The video I've been talking about for a while. I recorded it already before Mother's Day, and I'm gonna put it out Wednesday because we have scheduled stuff to talk about. So let me know what y'all guys' favorite team is. Let me know what y'all team's record is going to be. Colts fans, talk to me. Colts fans, talk to me. How do y'all feel? What do y'all think? Are y'all nervous about AR? Do y'all want Danny Dimes to start? And let me know how y'all feel. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.